Alright, we are back with some more Poppy Sport. This game is a little interesting. We got Ezreal Poppy versus Zyra Nami bot lane. And I ended up picking Poppy partly because I haven't played it a lot recently. An enemy team had already locked in Sejuani and Poppy's pretty good into those champs. Um, But this lane is could be a little tough because I have to be a little bit creative with how I position and how we take fight spot lane because of the fact that we're against a Zyra. They definitely can have quite a bit of control in lane. And that's part of why I went with a sweeper. I want to make sure I can at least sit in bushes unbothered. And with the ability to sweep their wards if they actually do place wards in bushes, so that I can get some kind of pressure because I'm just so outranged. It's kind of hard. But we were able to make our way into the bot lane bushes undisturbed, which is a good start. They used one of their wards, which is also good. I dodged that, also good. Okay, I probably didn't have to walk all the way up for that extra hit on the ward, because Ezreal could have gotten it. But this enemy bot lane just used both of their wards already. Okay. Really solid trading. Happy with that. Obviously, if I ended up... They would have played it a bit different if I ignited the Zyra to begin with, but maybe I should have. The only reason why I really wanted to go for Nami is because if we super chunk out the Zyra, she can just base and TP back, and that's still a win for us, but it doesn't feel nearly as good for that to be the case. So I really wanted to mess with Nami's um, conditions so that we could do some like lasting damage to them bot lane rather than Zyra just being able to TP back. Okay. Sedge Flash. This is some interesting stuff going on. Zoning the enemy jungler from being able to play the game. This is we're losing a whole wave bot lane for this, but we are denying quite a bit from the enemy jungle. Bro, I think my Corki should have noticed that and we could have killed. I don't know where my Corki is. That's crazy. That's actually crazy that I don't get a single bit of damage help on that. But that's okay. I could have flashed towards my buckler and out of the Zyra E, but that's just so... It's just so crazy that I didn't get any help from Corki. Oh. Wow. Somehow, this early game has gone in this direction. I don't really understand. Either me or Ezreal could have flashed for the Sejuani kill at some point, but neither of us ended up doing it. Not really a big fan of how this has been going. Considering how well the early lane phase went, I'm surprised to say the least, that this is what's going on. And obviously, when we're pushed up to their tower, I can't really exactly do anything. The best I can do... The best I can do is stay out of vision and pressure the enemy team into thinking that I'm gone or roaming or something. Okay, when Zyra uses her E like that, I have to be able to trade back with her somehow. You can see it's a little rough because they just have Nami sustain, and I don't have a lot of great ways to actually impact the lane, especially when they're sitting here. But Ezreal is able to farm pretty easily, at least, and all of the... I guess there was a timing here where I could have maybe flashed Zyra into the wall, and it might have been able to work. Okay. We got all our creeps. That's really sad. I wanted to at least let Ezreal be able to get the honey fruit there, but Sedge came over and took him. And the Sedge was low too. If Ezreal actually came over with the honey fruit, or with me to the honey fruit, could have been really good. And there I just want to be as annoying as possible to the enemy bot lane, not letting them recall when they want to. Here I'm going to channel my recall here, and I think they don't realize that I know this is warded, so maybe it could have baited them into something. Okay, nice. Ezreal is pinging on his way, but he is extremely out of mana. I don't know how I'm supposed to start a winning fight with our conditions. That's unlucky. Let's see, what can we do? I think I just have to channel my recall. I'm glad I didn't E in there or anything. Ezreal does have his TP coming up here. Okay, I like it. I didn't get the shield there, are you kidding me? Ezreal didn't flash the CC either. That's so sad. He took so long to get there with the TP, oh my god. Wow. Wow, that's bad. I can't believe that. At some point, I probably should have ignited the Zyra, but I thought I was gonna live. I got my passive shield off. It last hit the minions, so I should get pretty much immediately shielded, and it just didn't shield me. So sad. It's crazy. But I should have definitely waited a lot longer before I went in. I was just very baited by... by Ezreal's spam pings to go in, and I just didn't think it would take that ridiculously long. Wow. Tommy was just sitting there. Okay. Got Sedge Flash, at least. I'm actually just dead here. That's all right. I wish I wasn't dead there. I wish I had flash or something. But we get the grubs guaranteed, and it relieves a lot of pressure off my mid laner because the Yone had to use his ulti for that. He might not have had to use his ulti for that, but he did. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but I shouldn't have put myself in that situation quite so quickly, I think. Well, okay, at least got Zyra's flash here. My Ezreal is having quite a bit of trouble laning against the Zyra, which is kind of understandable. She has a full item already. What? When did she even use an ability there? I'm just 1 HP. It's like actually impossible to fight right now. So Ezreal can, you know, do his thing down here, but I'm not staying. I can't stay. It's just so bad for me. There is also... There's not much hope for me in terms of being, like, reasonably tanky right now. Locket would be a really good item, but I just can't really afford to go that. I'm just going to go Deadman's with Bloodsong to try and get as much damage out of my champ as I can. Wow. Nice. Big shutdown by Ezreal. Even though it's only a trade kill, but still good. Oh, shut down to Poppy. Let's go. Surprised my extra auto attack takes that, but much better than nothing. Okay, waiting. Okay. I mean, that's still... Even though we just got, like, 5-man Yone ulted, that's still worth. We got another shutdown on Rumble for just a kill on Brand. We're so over the moon about what just happened. Okay. That's not what you want to see. Not really sure how that ended up happening. I guess Yone ended up flashing on him. My biggest issue with going Deadman's first is definitely that the enemy team just has a lot of You know, maybe Corky can make it to this? I don't think so, actually. I'll at least last to the cannon because... Oh. He's dead to Corky. He's dead to Sejuani. Well, Ezreal didn't die, which is great. But our tower bot's gone. I'm not too sad about that, though. I don't love this. Just the idea of diving into them with their team coming seems wrong. Okay, whatever. They used a lot of cooldowns for that. As long as we can get back to mid lane, I'm not sad. We are kind of losing most of our mid tower here. I'm not a fan of that. Okay. Yon ulted. My Ezreal is putting himself in a suspicious position. Okay. Nami flashed. Sweet. We ended up getting him, even though Zyra and Nami both flashed. We were persistent enough that they actually die. This game is a real fiesta. It is, it's tough to claw back this lead that the enemy team has, but we're trying. We are trying. It's just such a tough early game versus their team. But as the game goes on, I should have more and more utility. Okay. Enemy team is definitely going to be putting Zyra mid now. Maybe I can actually gank this Rumble here. Well, enemy team sees me, but I think we can, unless we get TP'd on. Oof. I wasn't going to flash out. I just wanted to make sure that Fiora could get out. Trading a 1-for-1 and them having to use TP is pretty good. They used TP and sent their jungle and support up there. And for that, we end up getting free farm bot on Corki and a play mid. Super nice. Super nice stuff by my team. I'm going to end up going a null magic mantle here, though. There's so much magic damage on their team that I need to worry about. I'm going to end up going towards a locket for sure. But I could almost taxi onto a minion here, but I just got chain CC'd too hard. I was never ever going to flash out there, I don't think. Maybe at the very beginning I could just flash out and leave. But that's the only time. Okay. Otacon's topside, so I'll be staying around topside for pretty much the rest of the game, outside of maybe trying to find a random pick. I should have just autoed Sedge there. Can at least take her passive off. I see nobody on the enemy team coming to defend this pink, so I'm going to hit it. But I'm not going to commit to killing it, because I am very alone right now. Close. I'm just getting so zoned by these plants. I got their Nami and Zyra actually so low. Just by myself. Nice. I really didn't want to take that, but I also don't want Rumble to live. If I played it just a little bit cleaner, I maybe could have just straight up killed Nami by myself, which would be insane. Surely somebody else hit them. Because Nami was full HP, and I used my combo on her, my ulti just missed. Because I tried to get it on both of them, but they actually split up. And so I got it on neither. But that's, again, another pretty solid fight. I don't know how the Yone ended up getting behind our backline and dove on them. But they also kind of just lived, so... Wow. Wow, he's too good. He's actually too good, thank God. That's big. More gold onto Ezreal. For the time being, we definitely want to make sure we can get control over this dragon. To get Soul Point, that would be massive for our team. We're not really in danger of them getting Otacon or anything in return. I'm a little bit worried about where Sedge and Yone are, so I'm trying to get that vision control that I can. I don't care about this ward, I just want to take their pink. Maybe, just maybe, I can get a something here, but I don't think so. I'm just using this to be able to move towards my team here a little bit better. Okay. Zyra no ult, Yone no ult. I can't believe that I don't stun the Sejuani there. The plant. Oh. He actually lives off the honey fruit. That's crazy. Our team's winning the fight. It's a real shame that the Sejuani was here, and I'm like over here, and it stuns her like along the wall, or pushes her. It didn't even stun. It's so crazy. It's so aggressive the way he's playing this, but she's just gonna die to minions at this point. Ezreal's E is gonna come back up, and he's gonna kill her. Nice. Wow. Another sequence where he just outplays the Zyra. Very nice. I think he just cast all his abilities on me there for some reason. Okay, that was unexpected. Why was Sedge in that bush? Okay. Make sure we get a ward in the middle of mid lane. It's so ridiculously important. We want to protect our wave as well. We don't want to let the Yone just clear it in our face, basically. Okay. Well, that Sedge is dead for sure. Wow. Igniting Yon actually kind of got them off me. Or maybe they saw Fiora's TP. There's not really anything I can do. I wasn't even aiming for Yon with my ulti. It just kind of happened to hit him. That's crazy. That whole sequence is just crazy. But the Ezreal is just too far up. There's not really much else to say. He didn't have flash. The Sedge ult missed, I think, but if you have to E the Sedge ult and the Yone is right there ready to ult, I mean, there's only so much I can do. I tried to hit everybody else on the Yone's team so that it would be just Yone diving the Ezreal and I could peel him, but my ult ended up... My ult ended up just not even hitting anybody. Only the Yone, but his ulti was buffering it. Oh my god. Escape. Okay, the Yone's not chasing me, thank god. I actually had nowhere to go. Holy. I was able to charge up my ulti just barely. Jeez. And if the Yone and Rumble both kept chasing me after I ulted there, I was still dead, I think. I didn't have Hex Flash to get over a wall. There was... Oh, wow. This tower is literally 1 HP. Maybe some way I could have killed the tower and just walked out. But I would be walking under tower. There weren't minions or anything. Well, we are 4v5 when it comes to this dragon here. I think Ezreal was a little bit busy typing there. Alright, let's see. The dragon doesn't matter so much. It would be nice to have the soul, but it's only their first dragon, and we were just 4v5, so it's best not to get ourselves killed for no reason. We should just start hitting Otacon, I think. Should be reasonably free, especially because we have Poppy ult coming up in 5 seconds. If anybody even starts sniffing around and investigating, I can just Poppy ult them. Okay. Well, stunning the Yone I don't think is even bad there, but sucks that it leads to me dying. Maybe I should have... Oh, whoa. Well, right into a rumble. Overall, this isn't bad at all. The enemy team has to just base because they're gonna lose the game to Fiora. So I'm not sad about what happened. We got the Otacon and all the roses, basically. So nothing too bad. Uh-oh. I think Nami flashed there. Not exactly what we needed from Brand, because now there's a legitimate threat of the enemy team, like basing and running straight to Baron. They have the next 45 seconds to do something. Oh, we do still have Poppy ult, but I was thinking maybe in the fight, instead of just instant stunning Yone and kind of trading my life away for it, maybe I just charge up my ulti, try and hit somebody else, and then hope that Yone hasn't already insta-killed my team. While the enemy team is doing Baron here, while the enemy team is looking towards doing Baron, I do have my ult. We just need to not get randomly picked off right beforehand. And we still even have vision of the Baron, so we're not afraid of them being on it or anything. Not even afraid to pick up this pink because we have good vision of where everybody is on the enemy team. Ezreal should have probably gotten lifesteal in his build, because this poke damage is just obnoxious. Okay, I'm walking up. I don't really actually want to walk up to that bush. Okay. What? I actually lived because I leveled up off of Baron dying. Okay, my team decided to finish the Baron. So we got the Baron. So it's not all bad, really. Can't really do anything there. Oh. This Zyra champ is so annoying. So annoying. You are, Zyra. Hmm. Okay, the Sejuani tried to Q me there. We can actually just push straight mid with Ezreal TP. The enemy team is losing their whole base here. Okay. They just lost. Wow. They actually just got front doored. That's crazy. That's crazy that they, for Dragon, just instantly lost the game. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Wow. I don't even have much to say. The matchup is just really tough to begin with, and things were going reasonably well until they weren't. Well, some weird stuff was happening early game. We went and messed with Sedge, but never killed her. I don't know. It was weird. Really, really weird early, but we managed to do what we needed to do. Definitely not the most perfectly played Poppy game by any means, but I think there was still some moments where it showed some of Poppy's strengths for sure. Even if they were, even if it was maybe not the most excellently played game by me. I think it was not too bad. But some of the rest of my team did pretty solid despite how far behind we got. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. Let me know how you guys feel about it. I always appreciate the feedback, and I will see you all next time.